Sheet cake recipe. Check out these 4 recipes. Check out these 4 recipes. Recipe 1. Buttermilk sheet cake with caramel icing. Ingredients: cake batter, 3/4 of a cup or 1 1/2 sticks butter, softened, 1 3/4 cups sugar, 3 1/4 teaspoon salt, 2 1/2 teaspoons baking powder, 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, 4 large eggs, 2 egg yolks, 1 1/2 cups buttermilk, 2 3/4 cups all-purpose flour. Icing: 6 tablespoons or 3/4 of a stick butter, 1 cup packed light brown sugar, 1/4 cup milk, 1 3/4 cups powdered sugar. Instructions: 1. Preheat oven to 350 degrees. Spray a 13 by 9 inch pan with baking spray. 2. Using an electric mixer, beat butter, sugar, salt, baking powder, and vanilla until light and fluffy, at least 5 minutes. 3. Add the eggs and yolks one at a time, beating well after each addition. 4. Mix in buttermilk until just incorporated. 5. Add flour and mix until just incorporated. Scrape down the sides of the bowl to make sure everything is evenly mixed. Pour batter into 6. Pour batter into prepared pan. Bake for 35 minutes or until cake springs back when pressed lightly in the middle. Cool. 7. Melt the butter in a saucepan over low heat. Turn heat off and whisk in brown sugar and milk until the sugar is dissolved. 8. Stir in powdered sugar until smooth. Slowly pour over cooled cake. You can let it cool slightly if it's too runny, but don't let it cool too much or it will be difficult to spread on the cake. Recipe 2. Easy chocolate cake tray bake. Ingredients: 300 grams or 2 1/2 cups flour, plain or all-purpose. 60 grams or 1/2 cup unsweetened cocoa powder. 330 grams or 1 2/3 cups sugar. Use half granulated, half light brown if you like. 1 tablespoon espresso powder, optional. 1 tablespoon baking powder, 1/2 tablespoon bicarbonate of soda, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 200 grams or 7/8 of a cup unsalted butter or stork, softened. 3 medium eggs, 180 milliliters, 180 milliliters or 3/4 of a cup whole milk, 2 tablespoons lemon juice to sour milk, or use buttermilk. Chocolate frosting, 250 grams or 2 1/2 cups icing sugar, 6 tablespoons unsweetened cocoa powder, 150 grams or 2/3 of a cup milk, slightly warm. 150 grams or 2/3 of a cup softened unsalted butter. 120 milliliters or half of a cup milk, slightly warm. 175 grams or 1 cup dark chocolate chips, melted and cooled. Instructions. 1. Preheat the oven to 170 degrees Celsius or 340 degrees Fahrenheit. Line a 9 by 13 inch rectangular pan with baking paper. 2. Mix the milk and lemon juice and leave to stand for 5 minutes. 3. Put the flour, cocoa powder, and sugar in a large bowl. Add the baking powder, bicarbonate of soda, and salt, and mix together using a balloon whisk. 4. Add the butter, eggs, and soured milk. 5. Start beating on the lowest speed setting until the ingredients start to come together. 6. Increase the speed gradually until the batter is completely smooth. Stop the mixer and scrape the sides and bottom of the bowl to make sure everything is incorporated. 7. Transfer the batter to the prepared tin and level. 8. Transfer the batter into the prepared cake tin and bake for 35 to 40 minutes. 9. Check the cake is done by inserting a skewer into the center. It should come out clean. The cake should be well risen, golden, and springy to the touch. Cool the cake before frosting. Chocolate frosting. 1. Put the chocolate in a bowl and melt in the microwave in short 30-second bursts until it melts. Alternatively, set the bowl over a pot of simmering water and allow it to melt gradually, using this double boiler method. Leave the chocolate to cool slightly. 2. Put the icing sugar and cocoa powder in a mixing bowl, or the bowl of your stand mixer, and mix together to combine. If you can, sift the ingredients into the bowl. 3. Add the softened butter and start mixing on low speed, gradually adding the milk until the frosting is well combined. 4. Add the melted and cooled chocolate and beat together until the frosting holds soft peaks. Go ahead and taste it. Try not to eat it all. Assemble the cake. 1. Use a palette knife to spread the frosting over the cake, swirling the surface. This cake has a lot of frosting if you haven't eaten it beforehand. 2. Add sprinkles, chocolate buttons, Smarties, or leave plain. Slice the cake using a serrated knife, wiping the knife clean between each slice. Recipe 3. Deliciously easy lemon sheet cake. Ingredients: cake, 1 box lemon cake mix, 3.4 ounces instant lemon pudding mix, 4 large eggs, 3/4 of a cup water, 3/4 of a cup canola oil. Glaze: 2 cups powdered sugar, 6 tablespoons lemon juice. Instructions: cake. 1. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. 2. Mix together the cake mix and the instant pudding mix. 3. Then add in the eggs and water, beating everything together for about 2 minutes. 4. Then add the canola oil, then beat together for another 2 minutes. 5. Pour the cake batter. Traffic. Five. Pour the cake batter into a rectangular 9 by 13 cake. 5. Pour the cake batter into a rectangular 9 by 13 cake pan and smooth it out evenly in the pan with a spatula. 6. Place it in the oven and bake at 350 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes, or until a toothpick or cake tester comes out clean. Glaze. 1. In a medium bowl, mix together the powdered sugar and lemon juice, which will create a very thin glaze. 2. When the cake is done and while it's still hot, poke it all over with a fork. 3. Then pour or spoon the glaze and spread it over. 3. Then pour or spoon on the glaze and spread it evenly over the cake. 4. The glaze will soak down into the cake, creating a really moist texture to the cake and a slightly crunchy top layer. 5. Now it's ready to serve and enjoy. Recipe 4. German apple streusel sheet cake. Ingredients: 4 cups all-purpose flour, divided. 1½ cups butter, divided. 1/3 of a cup granulated sugar. Half a teaspoon vanilla extract. 1 large egg. 5 apples. 1⅓ cup applesauce, sweet or unsweetened. 1 teaspoon lemon zest, freshly grated. 1 tablespoon lemon juice. Half a teaspoon cinnamon. Half a cup granulated or brown sugar. Instructions: 1. Lightly grease a 9 by 13 inch baking pan and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or 180 degrees Celsius. 2. In the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with the paddle attachment, add 3/4 of a cup or 1½ sticks of butter, 1/3 of a cup sugar, vanilla extract, 2 cups all-purpose flour, and egg. Beat until everything is incorporated. Spread the dough onto the baking sheet. Put the baking sheet in the fridge while you make the apple and crumble layer. 3. Leave the remaining 3/4 of a cup, 1½ sticks butter, on the kitchen counter to get to room temperature. 4. Peel and core the apples and chop them into small chunks. Mix the apple chunks with the lemon zest, lemon juice, cinnamon, and apple sauce. Set aside. 5. For the crumb topping, in the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with the paddle attachment, mix the remaining soft 3/4 of a cup, 1½ sticks butter, with 2 cups of flour and half a cup sugar. See Note 4. Mixture will be crumbly. 6. To assemble the cake, spread the apple mixture onto the dough layer. Then use your fingers to crumble the crumbs on top. Press some crumbs together to form bigger crumbs. You don't want the crumbs to be too fine. 7. Bake for 45 minutes until the crumbs are lightly golden. 8. Let the cake cool off completely. It will be a little bit soft while hot. 9. Served with whipped cream or vanilla ice cream.